Okay, what is Brandon Ingram doing? Could he, like, pay attention to his man, Luguentz Dort? And by the way, so, Jalen Williams is going to come up here and set a flare screen. Could he announce that so Brandon Ingram knows I need to get over this flare screen? Like, this is a totally unnecessary switch. It's really late and a terrible switch at that. Box out. When this shot goes up, why is CJ McCollum not finding his man, Josh Giddey, here? Like, why is that? What was that? Okay, if you're Trey Murphy here and you're going under this screen, you've got to fully commit to going under. Stop. So Jonas Valanciunas is going to have to take a step back and let you through. You cannot make contact with the screener if you're going under. See, look at this. You make contact with the screener, so now Luguentz Dort's on the other side ahead of you. I mean, this is absurd. If you are Brandon Ingram and you are guarding Luguentz Dort, you have to see the ball and your man. You are just staring at the ball. So, of course this happens. Okay, so the Pelicans are trapping here. Okay, well, we have a problem here right now. Stop. This player's got to move. If this trap is good enough, then you're not worried about this player 2 passes away. Okay, but you've got to come here so that this pass to the roll man can't get made. Because once that pass gets made, now that player goes from 2 passes away to 1 pass away. Everybody on the weak side of the floor. Come on, if you're Herb Jones, you've got to sprint back. You've got to get your feet set. You can't backpedal, especially on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, that is not defense. Not do this if you're Herb Jones. You're going to be leaning towards a screen. Okay, if you get screened, then you start defending it. But when you lean towards what you think is a screen and it's not a screen, well, now you're just stuck not being able to guard the ball. Okay, the shot goes up. Let's see who's boxing out for the Pelicans. 1, 2, 3, 4 people not boxing out, and CJ McCollum sort of, but not really boxing out. Okay, what is Trey Murphy doing here? You're guarding this Thunder player. What are you doing? Why'd you stop? If you're switching this screen, Josh Richardson has to get underneath the screener. If you switch over the top, well, of course. Why are the Thunder switching here? There's no screen. It's a handoff that is, it's a fake handoff that is very easy to defend. So look at this. You're switching this for what reason? And it's a horrible switch at that. What is Brandon Ingram doing? He is not in a defensive stance. His feet are not going to end up being set, and he's just staring at the ball. Look at Brandon Ingram. Staring at the ball, feet not set. Whoops, now I can't guard Luguentz Dort. This is way too lackadaisical here from Brandon Ingram. This is the playoffs. If you lose, you go home. Does it look like Brandon Ingram is guarding with urgency here? This space just occurred because you fell asleep. Not time to fall asleep right now. Okay, so this shot goes up. Look, nobody for the Pelicans is boxing this Thunder player out. So what does that mean? He gets to lurk from behind and get this steal. Okay, I don't know why Brandon Ingram can't just guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander straight up, but he's playing on a side. So you're just giving Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this angle here, okay? Fine, I guess, but you're going to have to double. Stop. This player's going to have to stay here. I don't know. I mean, this player's got to, if the pass gets made here, this player's going to have to rotate here, and this player go here. It's an X out. But, like, you're sending Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to an angle where there is no help. Horrible defense here from Herb Jones. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander sets a cross screen right here. Stop. If you're Herb Jones right now and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander catches this ball, you should be in a defensive stance with your feet set, ready to guard. There is no reason for you to be coming uphill right now because, look, your feet are not set. So now you're going to be off balance. You're going to be backpedaling, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of all people, does not need that. If you are Jonas Valanciunas, you got to stay connected to your man, Jalen Williams here, okay? So you're not connected to your man. Stop. So what are you doing? So now you got to sprint over here to get in drop coverage. Well, you know what the problem with that is? Jalen Williams is going to flip the angle of the screen here. So look, you're not going to be... So this is where the screen is, and this is where you need to be in drop coverage. And as you can see, you're not there. This is atrocious defense by CJ McCollum. This isn't even defense. Sprint back and get your feet set. What? Backpedaling? This is defense, allegedly. Yeah, and CJ McCollum is not playing defense. All he's going to do is gamble. Why can't you slide your feet? Look at this. Gamble, gamble, more gambling. There we go. Now you're cooked. Valanciunas is just going to fall asleep on his man, Luguentz Dort here. Why? Like, look at this. You're not even looking at Luguentz Dort, who just came up. Look at this space. So when Luguentz Dort catches this ball, you have a 0% chance of being able to stay in front of him. Okay, so the Pelicans are hedging here. Jonas Valanciunas is coming out to hedge this ball screen. Well, Herb Jones got to stay with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here. Look at Herb Jones. Why are you stopping? Because when Valanciunas leaves from hedging, you need to be ready to guard, and you're not this way. Terrible switch. If you are switching this screen right here, this player here who's switching on to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has to have his feet set in a defensive stance ready to guard. Let's see if he does on this switch. No, your hands were on the screener and your body momentum is going this way as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is coming this way. Committing to this switch way too early. Look at this Pelicans player. When Josh Giddey comes off of the screen, Jackson Hayes will switch. But look, you're already committing to us. You got to still guard. Like, Jackson Hayes isn't ready to guard because Josh Giddey hasn't even gone anywhere. So that's a problem. Okay, what is CJ McCollum doing? Part 59. This is the playoffs. We lose, we go home. Let's have intensity getting up to guard Josh Giddey here. Look at when Josh Giddey catches this ball. CJ McCollum is nowhere to be found. Like, what? This is the playoffs. This isn't December. Okay, if you're Najee Marshall here, you have no chance of guarding the ball. It's okay. It's transition defense. Cross matches happen all the time. So Valanciunas is going to have to take Giddey here. You're going to have to stay here and wait for this fifth Thunder player trailing, and that's who you guard. But look at this. Like, so Valanciunas leaves, and you accomplished what? What is Trey Murphy doing? Why are you staring at the ball? You got to guard Isaiah Joe. Be over here guarding. So look at this. So Isaiah Joe catches the ball, you're out of position. You're not ready to guard. So what does that mean? That means it's going to take you about 3 hours to get over this ball screen, and that's a problem. Okay, so the Pelicans are going to trap Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Fine. Okay, but you got to rotate. Okay, so the rotation, Valanciunas is going to come up here. Great. McCollum has to come up here. This player is not getting over to Jalen Williams, but he can come here and push Brandon Ingram to the corner. About that. Okay, the Pelicans are trapping Shai Gilgeous-Alexander again. Fine, but why is this backside defender not moving? You've got to get up here. Like, you cannot allow this pass to Josh Giddey to get made. You're not worried about a player 2 passes away if it's a good enough trap. But guess when Josh Giddey receives this ball, what this player is? He would now be 1 pass away. Okay, this is where communication is absolutely huge. So Herb Jones does a great job sprinting back here. Okay, but stop. You got to communicate that you're back and can take Jalen Williams, because this player's not going to be able to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the open floor. It's a turnover. He's playing off his back foot. It's not his fault, but we're going to need help. So McCollum's going to have to come here, and Herb Jones comes to Jalen Williams. McCollum's got to know, okay, I can come fully help the ball now. Brandon Ingram can guard Josh Giddey here. But there's just not really that communication happening. This is utterly mind-boggling. It is a 1-point game with 35 seconds left and a loser goes home matchup. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has the ball in the open floor. You must sprint back and get your feet set. This kind of urgency and effort and backpedaling is trash.